The Justice Department submitting proposed redactions today for the affidavit used to justify the search of former President Trump's Florida estate. The department is also providing a legal memorandum explaining why they think that information should be kept from public view. A judge is then considering those redactions and weighing whether to make any of the affidavit public. ABC News investigative reporter Catherine Faulders is in Washington with more on this. Catherine, how soon could we see a ruling on this, and what's the likelihood that the DOJ appeals this decision if it's not a full sealing of the affidavit?
So there's a lot of unknowns here. Look, I think it's unlikely that we will see a ruling on this from the judge today. Look, I think it's going to be this weeks-long process. But what's likely to happen and what will happen and what's happening now is that DOJ will submit these redactions. The judge says he will then review them. He could call this private conference where they discuss them. He could himself, the judge said last week, submit his own redactions and then maybe compare notes in a way. So a ruling on this is not imminent. It's something that could come in the coming weeks. But look, whatever the judge decides, DOJ could ultimately and probably will appeal it if the judge does choose to release portions of it that DOJ may take issue with.
Now, the DOJ has said in these court arguments that in order to protect the interest of national security, the interest of the investigation, et cetera, that so much of this document would have to be redacted that it'll end up being meaningless. Has there been any more information on why that is, on why they don't see anything in this affidavit that should be made public?
Well, DOJ has said that they think not only could it impact cooperating witnesses now, but potential witnesses who they could be negotiating with or who may come forward to talk more about Trump's handling of documents. The other thing that was interesting here, too, and the argument that DOJ made was that releasing it could also impact future investigations or ongoing investigations that seem to be separate from this one, but maybe have similar witnesses. It could also reveal that type of information. DOJ said in court that even if they did redact witness names, that if they heavily redacted a lot of this, that the portions of it, that there could be some portions where only a specific witness would know the information, so it would still be revealing. So this is their argument for keeping it entirely sealed, Diane.
And this is a case that was brought by media organizations, including ABC News. Trump has spoken publicly about wanting the affidavit public, but his lawyers haven't gone to court about that. They did, however, go to the Justice Department to ask that, go to the courts, rather, to ask that the Justice Department be forced to stop going through those materials that they seized from Mar-a-Lago and that a special master be appointed to review those materials instead. So what's the status of that request?
So Trump's lawyers filed this in a completely different court, and the judge, who was appointed by Trump, was a little confused by this. She was asking why they filed it in this particular venue, what justification she has, or what the lawyers are really even asking her to do. So she set a deadline, this judge, Judge Cannon, for tomorrow, for Friday, so Trump's lawyers can submit revisions and essentially answer her questions here. But that is in a separate court that they filed it in. She asked the lawyers why Trump's team didn't intervene in this case, in the case that we're talking about with the media. Another thing that Trump's team will also have to answer for as well. So we will see that. We're expected to see that tomorrow, Diane.
It's never a dull moment following these cases. Catherine Faulders, we appreciate you staying on top of it for us.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.